How's it going, everybody?
How we doing?
Hey everyone.
We want to welcome the fantastic prop queen Ariel Epstein. How you doing today?
I'm great. I'm excited to be here. First auction. Let's go.
Absolutely. So this is your first CX auction. So you're going to see the best deals of the week for any sports fan, and that's a promise.
I love that. I heard that we have some really good ones coming out too. Some huge names.
Yeah, I mean, Grayson, you want to tell us?
Yeah,
who the
we
two
got
big
some
ones are today?
amazing stuff. The two highlights, we got a Derek Jeter signed card right here and a Joe Montana signed card, along with some other great items, some great Christmas gifts if you're last minute shopping. All around, always going to be a steal here. Don't miss out.
Are you guys done with your Christmas shopping?
No. It's
No,
also
not
my
yet.
mom's
What are you guys doing?
birthday.
I mean,
So
the
that
thing
makes
that I
things
like,
difficult.
the things I need, like, they haven't came yet, so I might have to go buy them.
I got one more to do. I got one.
You
from
just
here, too.
do you just take from the office?
You know, I actually only got one person an autograph this year. I won't say who I got it for. I don't know if they're watching, but Patrick Ewing. So
Oh,
that's the
nice.
only. Actually, no, that's wrong. I got two. So the other one, she might be watching, so I can't say. But
Patrick
yeah, I got
Ewing's
two.
daughters went to my camp when I was younger. We were around the same age, his daughters,
Patrick Ewing?
and I remember meeting him for the first time. And remember, this is in the viewpoint of a 9-year-old girl, so my eyes still see Patrick Ewing from a 9-year-old perspective. He was as tall as the trees in my eyes.
I saw him about a year ago. It's still like that. You're looking up to
Well,
him.
yeah.
It's
Okay,
insane.
so my eyes didn't deceive me at 9. Got
Grayson's
it.
done a signing with him. He
Yeah.
spent like the whole day with him. I think
He's a menacing man.
he scared you a
Oh,
little
we're
bit.
still not on eBay yet. But
We're not on eBay.
Yeah, not coming through yet.
No, let's change that up real quick. So Patrick Ewing's a little scary.
Oh, he when he stands up, because he has to turn his head down to look at you, and he looks at you, and you get shivers down your spine
Yeah.
with that.
I actually haven't met him. I was thinking about it today. I've met, like, for basketball, I'd say Amari Stoudemire is pretty tall. I met him, and then I met Starks a couple times. But yeah, I feel like he's the one New York Knick I got to meet. I haven't met him. We should be good now, right?
There we go. We're
There we
on.
go. All right. By the way, everyone watching on the zoo, this is available tonight. 2-bid, pretty cool if you ask me. I actually have a Jeter and A-Rod poster in my room like this, so I didn't get it from here, but yeah. But Ariel, tell us what's going on with you. What do you think about the Yankees right now?
The Yankees are doing way better than I ever expected. It actually could be one of Cashman's best off seasons as general manager of the New York Yankees. He
100%.
really wasn't kidding, Cashman, when he said, what was the quote that he said when Soto didn't sign and he ended up going to the Mets? I remember
Well,
he said,
he was like
they're out for
just 'cause
blood.
He's not going to play here, but it doesn't mean we're going to give up.
He said, but it was like way more intense. It basically was the Yankees are out for blood and they're going to get revenge and they're not going down quietly. That's exactly what Brian Cashman has done.
Look, I think the Bellinger move, I always wanted Cody in the Bronx, but I would say if he goes out there, I've always liked Alonso or Arenado. There's a long shot that happens. I think Alonso, there's a potential, but I truly believe if he gets one more of those guys, this is the best offseason
Christian
since
Walker,
2009.
don't forget that name.
Who?
Christian Walker to play first.
And 100%, but I haven't really tweeted it out there yet, but I feel like, and this is just, I think, bad maybe experiences in the past with the Yankees, but I could just see him being a Joey Gallo 2.0.
He's got good defensive numbers, though, which is what I like because he's a good
So did Joey
defender.
Gallo.
And that's what the Yankees need to clean up the corners of the infield. I thought Arenado did not want to come to New York.
Well, there was a report last night by I think it was Mark Feinsand that he said that the Yankees are still in contention or could potentially be. I think he wants the Dodgers, but if he wants to win, his best chance out of any of those teams currently would probably be the Yankees, and maybe after getting Cody and Max, it changes.
And on the topic of Yankees, right now, Willie Randolph signed baseball CX authentication and sudden death right now only at $7. Get those bids in. Usually selling on our site for $50.
Love
Wow. I mean, I wish this was so around when I was, like when the internet was kind of new and I was obsessed with doing this kind of stuff. I had to like go to actual auctions, so this is awesome.
So wait, what was what collection piece? I see that basketball behind you. Was that signed?
No, the basketball is just from the NBA. They sent it to me because I do NBA TV. So
That's pretty
NBA
cool.
sent me that. But I have the AROD Breast Cancer Awareness Mother's Day helmet signed.
That's awesome.
That's a cool piece.
Yeah, that's really cool.
I have.
Where'd you get that from?
It's a great question. I think my grandpa got it for me. I also have this Ravens helmet signed, but I'm not going to tell you who it's by, which is why the signature is not out on display. People won't like me. And I have a lot more stuff at my parents' house, actually. I just have a few things here.
You'll need
because
to unlock your iPhone first.
What?
Phone going off. Yeah. I don't...
I was like, what do I have to do? Yeah, I have a lot of really cool stuff. I do from Brandon Center himself. I do have a Derek Jeter signed and used in game jersey that I got when I was about 13. So that's one of my favorites.
Very cool. All right, did Willie go yet? Or-
Willie went for $13, a little cheap.
Not bad.
Starting it off with a
I
big
love
steal
Willie.
tonight.
I love Willie.
We'll start off next one. John Stark signed card. Signed rookie card, actually, coming with CX authentication.
Iconic. We have that iconic Ewing picture of him in. Well, we got one behind Greg
Right here.
for sale. If you guys can see it a little bit, I'll actually turn it a little bit so you can see it better. This one is for sale on the site right now. Pretty cool. It's pretty cool artwork.
Really cool.
All right, so you're a Knicks fan, right, Ariel?
Yeah, I like the Knicks, but I can't say that the NBA is like where I am a diehard. I actually just enjoy betting on the NBA. So
Player
I actually
points,
do
right?
better that way. What?
Player points.
Anything. Rebounds plus assists, rebounds. Karl Anthony Towns tonight making his return to Minnesota. See him taking over 12.5 rebounds.
Good
That
point.
kind
good
of
point.
stuff I like. So the NBA is easier for me because I don't have so many biases. The NBA, the Knicks, like, am I really going to get excited about them winning an NBA championship? Not really.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. The NBA is struggling right now, and you saw with the ratings. I kind of like that the Bucks didn't celebrate the
cup.
The cup. Yeah, I mean, it's just like this is a personal opinion, and I actually talked about this when the Yankees won against the ALDS and against the Royals and the Guardians. I think there should be two celebrations when you win the pennant and when you win the World Series. If I was the captain of the Yankees, I would say, unless you get there, then I don't think we need to celebrate. Because what are you celebrating? And I don't think Derek
I
Jeter
had
would
this
They all got
discussion.
500K, even though that's a percent of their salaries.
Yeah, I mean, $500K in their salaries is.
Yeah, it's nothing.
But I don't know. I'm not that.
I
big.
had this discussion at MLB Network with a few of my coworkers. I said the same thing. Now, granted, it's different if you're part of a team that hasn't made it in X amount of years.
Yeah.
Totally understand you making the playoffs. That's awesome. Especially winning a division, maybe, for the first time in X amount of years. Because, like, if you're the Atlanta Braves, who have won it for X amount of years, people are excited when it's not the Braves. So the Phillies, all excited. Great. You
Yep.
got over that first hump. But when I was talking to these players at MLB Network, I said the same thing. If you're on a winning team for so many years, let's say you're on the Yankees or the Dodgers, the Braves, you're expected to win at like your division or at least make it to the playoffs every year. They said you don't understand how much of a grind. Obviously, you know, because if you watch all the time, it is a long season. As a player, they said it's such a grind every single day that when you do accomplish what you set out to accomplish, you're excited that you hit your first milestone. So when you do win the division or you do make the playoffs, that's always step one. Then it's step two. So that's how they condense their season to not be so daunting, because it's sometimes these baseball teams make it, okay, the first 10 weeks of the season is part one. Part two, second part of the season. Like they break it up, or else you feel like you're playing forever. So yeah, I do understand now why.
I can get that. I think, but it also comes. I think my point of view. The Yankees, the playoffs used to be. I think it used to be the pennant and the World Series. So maybe, especially when the Yankees won the division, and then they won a playoff berth. No need. You don't celebrate the playoff berth. Clinch the division. If you I can kind of give you that, but maybe I'm just a little annoyed that we haven't been winning the actual goal.
While we're on this topic, why don't we start that one off behind you? The Jeter A-Rod
These guys knew how to
number
win.
clash. They did know how to win.
Actually, I saw something. Well, actually, we posted it yesterday. Brandon had a conversation with Derek once about. I mean, of course, he has the iconic video of if you run to first base, I'm gonna try and beat you, or a street race. But A-Rod and Jeter both. I mean, A-Rod certainly had his fair share of problems, but he did want to win, and I think we can give him that. So.
Well,
That's
and
an
I
awesome.
I
Sorry
like
about that
yes.
area.
No, you're good. A-Rod wanted to win, and A-Rod also was willing to move positions to win. He
Bingo.
moved from shortstop to third base. That's also what Cody Bellinger apparently said when he was talking to the Yankees. The Yankees reporters were asking, what position are you going to play? He said, I told Brian Cashman and Aaron Boone, I'm willing to play any position you need me at. He is so excited, Bellinger, to be able to follow in his father's footsteps. He said he hasn't, you have such a short career in baseball. Bellinger said he always wanted the chance to do what his dad did. His dad was a utility player for the Yankees. Now he gets the chance. He says, whatever it takes to win. If I have to play first base, I'll play first. Any position at the outfield, great. I saw Cashman said that they want Dominguez to try to fight for playing center field in that starting spot.
Mm-hmm.
Awesome. Let's have a little competition. Either way, Cody Bellinger is like A-Rod and wants to win, so he's willing to go move around to do it.
I think a Cody Bellinger Game 7 walk-off home run off of Clay Holmes, who moves to the 8th inning guy after he can't succeed as a starter, is on my DraftKings card if I can make it. But what were you going to say before?
No, we're in sudden death right now on this amazing upper deck collage out of 100. We're at $71 right now.
Really?
Yeah.
That's at $70. What was the starting?
Starting was at 25, and we have more of these guys. So if you miss out, shoot us a message.
That's
we
not
could
bad.
get you one. It's an awesome
Imagine
one.
getting this signed
Ending
by
for
both of them.
74.
Imagine getting a signature by both of them too.
Oh, that'd make it
Why
$1,000
is
piece.
Jeter in an away jersey? Any reason?
I've no idea.
This is so I don't know.
Interesting.
But by the way, another conversations piece today. Sammy Sosa. Did you guys see that?
Yeah. About
Interesting.
him apologizing.
Very, very interesting. I think it's good that he'll finally be back because he's a Chicago legend and he loved it there. But he kind of apologized, kind of didn't say anything at all. So
All of these steroid guys are going to be like a Pete Rose, where eventually, when they die, they're going to go into the Hall of Fame. Maybe they have an asterisk. Maybe there's a separate section, but they're going to let them in at some point.
yeah, I think a lot of teams. I saw someone say that too. Real quick, Phil Rizzuto up for bid right now, live auction.
$2 right now.
Starting bid.
20
$2.
seconds left. Yeah, they're going to make like the steroid committee or something. They have to.
Yeah, I think
Because you can't exclude the history. You really
I
can't.
think this is the start of teams accepting it because you realize. Think about the amount of money. At the end of the day, this comes down to business. The Reds and baseball missed out on a lot of money if they had allowed Pete in to begin with, and Pete, based on merit and success, deserved to be in there. So teams are going to be like, wow, people really do. Maybe our fans do forgive. I'm not for steroid guys going in the Hall, but at the same time, if the fans want it, give it to what the fans want. It should be left up to the fans at the end of the day. So.
I'm trying not to get in trouble. I hope MLB Network doesn't care I talk about this. I don't mind them getting put into the Hall of Fame. If they're voted in, the players, let them in.
Mhm.
I don't mind it because it was an era. Now, maybe there was a beginning stage to this that we don't know about, and maybe it's just Barry Bonds, Sammy Sosa, Mark McGwire getting the end of the bad end of the stick because they were the big names that came out initially. We don't know if there were bigger names even before them that were taking it. And it's all a ripple effect. A-Rod said it. You wanted to compete with the best. And if you couldn't keep up with them in size, it didn't matter if you tried to just, like, someone like Jeter, let's say. Jeter wasn't a slugger. Jeter was a contact hitter. So he didn't need to worry about that. When your career was based off hitting home runs and being a power hitter, you had to feel like you could keep up with the older guys. And unfortunately, that's what was happening in the league. It was an era. You could put the asterisks on it. You could say this was the steroid era, and that's what they're going to have to deal with. I don't mind for that era saying, but this was what it was, and it was freaking awesome to watch.
I mean, you look at Barry Bonds' season when he had like 72 home runs and still had 140-something walks.
Intentional walks, I thought.
Well, I mean,
He had a ridiculous amount of intentional.
walk with the bases
It wasn't.
loaded.
Yeah, like It was insane.
He was amazing, and he was an amazing overall 5-tool guy before he became Barry Bonds of the Giants. So I see what you're saying. I think it's a tough discussion, but I think that narrative will change. And I think it'll probably be about 20 more years when those guys are probably, kind of older men. I think the conversation changes a little bit.
Well, Hall
Absolutely.
of Famer Phil Rizzuto card ending at $38. Next
Not
up,
bad.
Wow, that one went up.
2019
That's a nice
Optic
card, too.
Basketball Mega Box. Perfect to split up, stock some stockings.
Put the stockings.
Stock some stockings. I'm like
Stocking stuff.
Stocking
Very-
stuff.
stockings. I'm like messing up as I say it. I'm like a little off the ball today. Jeez.
You've been here all day, though. You've been here since
I've
what time?
been 8:30.
Oh, man.
Wow.
You've been great.
A long
You've been a
day.
12-hour day. It's all right.
I'm starting to lose it a bit.
But that's a good idea.
This is when I start to lose it.
Yeah.
7:15.
Any fun plans for the holidays for you guys?
I will be watching the Ravens Steelers game at my parents' house Saturday, and I probably will consume a lot of wine in the process during and after.
Are you a Ravens fan?
I am. My
How did
dad's
that
from
happen?
Baltimore. My mom's from New York. So when you're born in the 90s and you grew up with the 90s Yankees and the 2000 Ravens that beat the Giants, it was pretty easy decision by the time I was 8 years old.
Fair. I just reposted yesterday my earlier in the year I got to interview Ray Lewis, and it was just like ultra inspiring. Like he was just having a conversation, and everything he says is just like inspiration.
It's funny. I've met a lot of Yankees because of working with the Yankees. So I've met all of my legendary heroes. I didn't get to meet a lot of Ravens in my adult life during this career. But I was put in a suite from BetMGM a couple years ago at the Ravens game. There were a few players that came in, and one of them I became friendly with throughout the night because we were talking all different like betting and fantasy stuff. And he was really interested in just like my thought process. I said, "Do you have like any way of getting Ray Lewis in here? I've met Jonathan Ogden now. I met like all these players. I need Ray." And he was like, 1 second. And he made a phone call, and Ray came walking into the suite.
No way. Did you
I
take a
was so
picture?
excited. Of course.
That's amazing. That's amazing.
Of course.
Can you
It
say
was
who the player
so
was
awesome.
that helped you?
What?
Can you say who the player was that helped you?
It was Dwayne Starks.
Cool. Very cool.
Yeah. So he was
That's
really.
a serious pull to get Ray Lewis to walk over.
Yeah, well, when you play together, usually
Yeah,
that
that's
works
pretty
out
good.
pretty well. But it was a really cool because the Ravens, what they do, and I know a lot of the football teams do this. It's just really impressive. The Ravens get Ray Lewis, Ed Reed, and Jonathan Ogden to do it. They're ambassadors. So when you get a suite at the game, a lot of the times these teams in football games have these players, ex-players, walk around the suites and shake hands with everybody. The Ravens just so happen to get Ray Lewis and Jonathan Ogden doing it like every home game. So if you have a suite at the game, you probably are going to meet at least one of them.
Yeah.
It's awesome.
Incentive.
That's a cool stadium, too. That's a really
It's-
nice stadium.
So underrated. And I'm
it's
not
right across
saying
from
that to be
Camden.
biased. Like, it's really underrated.
No,
the
100%.
Ravens.
And right near Camden, they got a cool setup.
They do. It's beautiful. Both are. What's for sale? What
Optic football boxes for sale right now. Rookies like Joe Burrow, Justin Herbert, Tua, Jalen Hurts. So many good ones in here.
Joe Burrow in the news a lot this week.
Oh, what, from his house getting
A
robbed?
lot of news, yeah. Guy just wants to play football. My
The
goodness.
AFC North Hard Knocks has been really good.
Yeah. I mean,
I gotta watch that.
I don't know. I have a pick for the Super Bowl.
Who's your pick?
It's the Bills. I'm not a Bills fan, but I kind of want to see the Bills do it. I don't know. They've been working so hard. They got such a great fan base, and I love Josh Allen. I just think watching him play football is a gift, and I'm not even that like football isn't on the same level for baseball as me. But every time I watch a Bills game, I just love watching that guy play football.
You just want to crash at tables at tailgates?
I'm going to do the zoo at Bills Mafia if they do the Super Bowl. I will go up to Buffalo.
Imagine a
100%.
Philly Buffalo Super Bowl. Just like two of the
No.
most
It'd be
insane
it would be
fan
epic.
bases.
No.
It'd be epic.
In
And-
New
and
Orleans, that would be a disaster.
Who?
It's in New Orleans this year.
Oh yeah, that I mean,
So those two fan bases in New Orleans would be an
and
absolute
at the
disaster.
party, yeah. Oh my gosh, the party that would start. But I mean, I actually haven't gone up there yet for a tailgate. I feel like I might have to because I just think it'd be electric.
My sister went to University of Buffalo. They used to go to Bill's tailgates. They didn't go to games. They went to the tailgates.
I don't blame.
Like it was like a sorority frat thing. They would have
That's
Bill's
awesome.
tailgates and not go
That's
to
a
the
great
games.
school too. Super nice campus.
Yeah, it's nice. Cold though.
The guy
Very
who's
cool.
familiar with winning Super Bowls, Joe Montana, signed card, Beckett authenticated
Ooh.
at $16 right now. Took this off the site at $100.
Our guy Joe was at Billy's a couple weeks ago. Pretty cool. He was passing out drinks. To
Really?
the fans, yeah, for the Notre
Wow.
Dame game. Yeah, he was.
Oh.
He was he was passing out drinks. I love that guy. I love that guy. I got to interview him last year. He is literally the epitome of cool. He is awesome. And let me see the card.
Yeah. Yeah, Brandon says he signed the most autographs out of anyone, over 4 million.
More than
Oh
Pete
my
Rose?
gosh.
Yeah.
Really?
Apparently. That's according
It's
to
not like he
Brandon.
does it for the money. I mean, the guy he does commercials
Well,
every other
what
week.
he was saying is that because in the 90s when he was so big, every single company wanted it for corporate gifts, and he was $10 an autograph, so everyone would do it. And that's only going for $24. Wow, 76%
That's a great Christmas
off.
or
It's
holiday
done.
gift.
Done $24.
Not bad. That's the steal of the week. That's a nice card too. Good stuff. Any predictions for the game tonight, Ariel?
I know a lot of people who I trust that like the Chargers. I took Justin Herbert, the Chargers quarterback, over 31.5 pass attempts tonight. There's really not much of a run game in LA right now because J.K. Dobbins is out and he matches up way better with the Broncos. The Broncos have a top 5 run D this year, and Gus Edwards it's not good for him because he's just a ground and pound running back, Gus. They call him Gus the Bus for a reason, and that's how the Broncos succeed. The Broncos struggle against running backs when they're pass catching backs like Dobbins, but again, Dobbins is out. I just don't see the Chargers establishing the run much. Herbert's going to have to get rid of the football somehow, and it's not going to be with Gus Edwards. So I see him throwing the ball a lot against Denver, and it's a pretty short spread of like 2.5, 3. So it should be a close game.
What about the Knicks? You got them?
Cat over 12.5 rebounds. That's all I bet in that game tonight. Because of any kind of revenge spot in the NBA, when you are either back to your old home court for the first time, playing your team for the first time, the NBA is my favorite sport for revenge spots. They really care every time. De'Aaron Fox also against the Lakers is a good bet for his over on points tonight. He usually dominates them in the paint, so that should be a good play.
Cool. All right, Zoo, everyone watching. Last auction of the night, autograph from Derek Jeter, the captain. Doesn't get much better than that. This is a sick card, too. Also, fun fact, in another away jersey. Don't know why, but Derek Jeter. And he has a home jersey on the back of the card. That's interesting.
Makes no sense.
But, hey, it's a Fleer. It's a...
PSA 10 autograph.
10
Perfect autograph.
That's a perfect card right there, and it's at $22 starting bid. If this doesn't go for less than $200, I lose access to the office tomorrow. So, that's the predicament I'm in. Not really.
Oh, no.
Or a guy Jacob in the chat says Lad McConkey legacy game incoming. What do you think about Lad tonight?
I don't hate it. I'm really not great about betting on wide receivers because it's so frustrating when you think it's Lad McConkey and then it turns into someone else when your handicap is correct, except it's the other receiver. That's what usually turns me off from a lot of these receivers, unless you see that there's like some defensive holes in the scheme that helps certain guys like slot guys more. But yeah, McConkey's been really good. So legacy game, sure, but he's had a legacy season for McConkey. He's had some great weeks. He's definitely saved some players in fantasy for sure.
Yeah, he's been incredible.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, how are we doing on the Jeter? Where are we at?
We're at 89 right now.
Nice.
Sudden
See, now
death
everyone
right
doesn't want to
now.
be responsible for Jake not being able to get back.
Yeah,
in
I
the
like
building
coming to
tomorrow.
work. I actually do. So, Brandon will.
We are $105 away from Jake's
Yeah,
freedom.
Let's go to work. And hey, this is a steal. I mean, Jeter autographs minimum. You're not gonna get on a retail for like
Well, Dalloway just got it for $95.
90. Dalloway, of course. Yeah, this guy knows what he's doing. This guy's gonna have the greatest collection in history because of every week's show. He is getting the best items. So congratulations. And yeah, I'm excited about the moves that are gonna be happening. I think Cashman swings one more big move before Christmas. because
I
Boris
agree.
needs these guys to sign. He needs them to get moving because he can't allow what happened to Blake Snell. Can't allow what happened to Bellinger last year. Lost him a lot of money because he insisted on the biggest offer and he lost. So I think these moves are going to be happening quicker, at least before January, and we will see. Any final thoughts?
Yeah, just,
Congratulations to everybody that got some winning bids in. That's awesome. Right in time for the holidays.
Thank you for joining us too, Ariel. And I hope that these picks turn out great because I might have to put them in, but we'll see.
Same.
All right. Well, thank you,
Guys,
Zoo. Thank you, CX.
have a happy holiday. We will see you in the new year, probably.
Happy
right?
holidays,
Yeah.
everybody. And enjoy the time with your family and go Yankees.